Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, y'all, forgive my nails. I'm picking off the gel, but I was getting ready to go tend to this, but then I heard I needed to deliver some good news to someone. I've never heard that before in that way. So, of course, I clocked in for work. I'm ready to go. All right, Divine Holy Spirit of the highest white light consciousness, what is it that you would need the collective to know and be made aware of at this time? The cards are all upright and in order by way of major arcana and through each element. I feel some anxiety building, but in a good way, you guys. A big old bumblebee just flew to the window and scurried away. So maybe that's a message in itself. Just wanted to mention. All right. I hope y'all are doing well. Let's go. I heard turbulence, trying times, withstood, withheld, endurance, to run a race. The race is not given. The race is not given. And that's all that I have. The race is not given. So for some reason, for me, it feels right now, if you can complete that sentence, then this is for you. Okay, I heard scurrying. I feel like I said scurrying with the bumblebee, but we're talking about endurance and running a race and I heard fly by night and then fly by day. So I don't know how that goes together, how it works together, if it does at all, but that's what I heard. I heard transparency just now. And I heard regroup. All right, y'all, we're getting a lot of keywords and mysterious statements, fill in the blanks. And if this applies, or if it don't apply, let it fly. Maybe could be a reference here with the bumblebee and all. Scurrying. Maybe that's keeping the main thing the main thing. This just basically is summarizing itself to sound like it's a message for the divine collective. And then the fact that you have endured and built up strength to run a race. But the race is not given. So ... I'm seeing trophies, like a trophy table. Or either, I saw like the trophy emoji, but it was given like, you know, I don't know if to call them judges, but they have like a special color jacket on, so you identify them as judges in a panel. And they came around that trophy energy. So, oh, okay. Is this an award ceremony? Oh my gracious. I heard it was good news that needed to be delivered. So here we are. Let's see what's going on, you guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your likes, your shares, your comments, subscriptions, and your comments. I love them. I love them so much. Oh, all right. Y'all, there we are. We're going to go with this. Here we are. We have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I heard hear ye, hear ye. So that's definitely a formal announcement. Like, y'all, this is special. So listen up, pay attention. That's the energy surrounding this King of Swords. Hear ye, hear ye. So something's being declared, it's being written, it's being finalized, settled, that this is the winner, or this is, yeah, the award ceremony, the trophy. So it would be, this is I wanted to say a crowning event, so that could be entailed in this trophy award ceremony energy, crowning. But the King of Swords, I feel like, is the only one who's able to make this announcement, but I feel like there's someone over the King of Swords that would have to actually nod their head in agreement to say, yes, it's done, or we can go ahead and have this award ceremony. But the King of Swords is somebody who, you know, has to put it out there to gather everybody in, to come and, you know, witness and be a part of this extravagant event. And I'm hearing that it doesn't come around that often. So this is not a yearly or annual thing at all. This is something that, you know, it's like if you're alive to see it. Basically, if you are alive when it came to the end of that race, that endurance, if you're alive to be able to witness that, then that's when it happens. All right, Spirit, thank you for that. Anything else with the King of Swords? I heard chatter. So this is something that's been talked about for some time. So I'm being shown like the judge energy. So they weren't there just because they didn't show up like the day of the race. Like they've been there the whole time. They've been judging I heard the circumstances, and then I heard ceremony. So we are at the ceremonial stage of reference right now, where the trophies, the awards, the crownings are about to commence. So the judges have been there. But it's like now I'm asking, like, well, who are the judges? Are the judges like our ancestors? You know, just I heard high priestesses. So maybe this is an event geared toward high priestesses being crowned. I heard shaman just now. So you guys, this is tapping into like carrying the torch sort of energy. If we're talking about running a race, then that would be absolutely, you know, a legit energy or statement to make. That, you know, we carried on our backs what our ancestors, you know, they had made attempts, but they couldn't fulfill the mission. So it was handed over to us for us to be able to carry that, but then understand that, you know, we have to be free. We can't run a race with all this baggage, right? All of this stuff on our shoulders. So I'm talking about generational traumas and, you know, blockages and things of that nature, even possibly spells that were cast on our lineage, our family names. So that was a lot of baggage that had been carried ancestral wise that we were given. It was handed over to us, but we came well equipped to be able to say, no, not on my watch. No, I'm not handing this over to, you know, my seed, my child, my children's children. No, it stops here. So that's why this award ceremony is taking place, you guys. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I heard reluctant just now. What is the reluctant energy, Spirit? I heard tables turn, tables turning. I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know if I am in a position to dive in exactly to get the meaning of that right now, but I feel like we need to keep going with the cards, and then we'll maybe circle back to that. But let me keep going. But that's the bottom of the deck for what we're about to get into, you guys. So these cards here came out, I feel like, in two stages, like a plop, plop sort of energy. Like boom, bam, done. But let's see what's going on, y'all. All right, so okay, how are we doing this, Spirit? How are we discovering this energy here? I'm hearing first it was this, then it was that. So the boom, bam, like one and done. So let's talk about this. Let's just go into this from the front. I heard a chamber, as if we're like climbing into a chamber with the way these cards are laying. We'll keep that in mind, y'all. What is a chamber? A chamber is like something hidden, like a cave or a hidden, you know, place that you can go into in the earth, a chamber. Maybe like a shelter. Ten of Wands reverse. For me, that means, okay, so I'm being reminded of the table turning energy that came up because I wasn't quite, you know, ready to explore that at that point. So possibly this is the table turning energy. Ten of Wands reverse just means that somebody has to go back. They got to basically start back over, but they don't really get a new beginning. It's like they have to go revisit like each chapter. If we were talking about 9 chapters previous to the 10, which they did not make it to the 10, they got to go back to all 9 of those and configure and understand where it is that, you know, wound them in a position to where they're having to revisit that. Is what I'm getting from this card. Behind this 10 of Wands reverse, we have the Queen of Pentacles. But this is giving me that each time that was performed, it just embodied strength for a Queen of Pentacles energy. Earth sign is what I'm being told. An earth sign energy. My candle over here just popped. Let me hold up. Let me hold up for a second. I'm hearing visitations or visiting and revisiting. Visitations. What is that, energy spirit? I heard having to endure. So this is the one who was running the race. The race is not given to the ... Okay, so now more of that phrase is coming through. So I feel like with endurance, each time there was a revisitation of having to go back, built strength and endurance. The race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the ones who endure. Wow, you guys, it's coming together. It's coming together like I knew it would. Thank you, Holy Ghost. So having to go back and revisit stages, I'm hearing like stages of depression, confusion. Why me? Why is this happening? Why does this keep happening? Created a Queen of Pentacles to where now there's some sort of crowning ceremony energy. High Priestess, I even mentioned here. So this Queen of Pentacles knows exactly who they are at this point. Does not have to be gender-based. Let's see what's going on behind the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Page of Wands. For me, this means that, their best isn't good enough. So even though they were revisiting, going back to certain chapters or kind of basically being forced to, but we could also be talking about that, I heard bondage just now. So the baggage that, the race, the person who was running the race, talking about the Queen of Pentacles, the endurance, them saying, no, I can't run with all this weight on my shoulders from my ancestors, from my lineage. So this is giving me, when they had to revisit those chapters from the Wands, they had to go back and correct some things. So that's where the depression came in, the corrections of this and the why me's and the humbleness and just their face-seeking God, creator, source. Like, I'm here. What is it that you require of me? And recognizing that this had to be some sort of full surrenderance. But at the same time, there's still this energy of nothing seems to work out with this Page of Wands reverse. Anything that I try to go forward in seems to reverse itself. I'm being reminded of the tables turning. It seems to have some sort of adverse effect. But guess who kept running? They didn't stop. They were building up strength, this Queen of Pentacles energy. Let's keep going, y'all. Behind the Page of Wands reverse, we have the Six of Swords reverse. So no, you got to stay in the race. You can't stop. You can't, of course, giving up was not an option. I wouldn't imagine for where they are now at this crowning award ceremony, that wasn't an option. Maybe they had mouths to feed, this Queen of Pentacles. They had to keep a roof over their head. The Queen of Pentacles is known for making it happen. Regardless of who's going to be there to help them, the Queen of Pentacles is not focused on who can help them. They know that they have to help themselves, and they're going to get the job done. You best believe that. They depend on no one here. Or at least that's the plan. To not ever have to depend on anyone, because there are lessons that are being learned that are forcing them to realize that they can't. Because they are the Queen of Pentacles. They don't have to rely on anyone else, but they had to get to that knowing. But I felt like I had to go back with revisiting just moments in their lives to where it was like, man, I never want to be in a position like that ever again. That's why they say it's always good to have your own. The Queen of Pentacles knows all about that. So that Six of Swords reverse means no one came to bail this Queen of Swords out. There were times when they had to really be in the valleys, right? Where it's cold, it's wet, it's dark in those valleys. And you feel alone. But that was for a reason. That was for a reason. I'm being reminded of the chamber energy, like going within, like going inside. Behind the Six of Swords reverse, look at the adversities. Seven of Swords reverse. Everywhere they turned, it seemed like it was a setup. Like, is any, like looking around for hidden cameras. Like, is this really real? Is this really happening? That's what I'm getting. This Queen of Pentacles experienced all of that. Like, this can't be, like, this has to be a bigger mission, a bigger picture here that I need to understand. But that's where the surrenderance really kicked in. Like, okay, God, I'm all yours. What is it that you want me to do? Because everything that I feel that I'm supposed to do is not quite working out. Queen of Pentacles came to this realization. But it had to be this adversity coming by way of people, challenges, situations, circumstances, embarrassments, humiliations. All of that had to come by way of the Seven of Swords. But then also the Six of Swords reversed. Nobody was there to bail them out. So yeah, it got lonely. It was hurtful. It was depressing. Yes. Behind the Seven of Swords reverse, we have the Two of Swords, having to make a lot of decisions by your damn self with no added information, no added detail. Like, well, who can I really ask about this situation? Who can I ask about this? No one. No one's going to understand because they're not in your shoes. They're not experiencing this journey because they're not chosen. Queen of Pentacles. That's why you're the Queen of Pentacles. You're able to make shit happen on your own, regardless. So a lot of decisions you had to make on your own without having a lot of clarification as to what would be the best decision. But that's why you're the Queen of Pentacles. Because you're always going to make the best decision for you. And that's what matters. And whoever's in your care, you're also making you have them in their own best interests. You consider that for them, period. If you're good, they're good too because they're with you. And I'm hearing that's magical. Look at all the swords, y'all. Behind the Two of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords. I mean, we already talked about why me? Why is this happening? Why? Just why? Look at the Four of Swords, y'all. I don't like that Nine of Swords and that Four of Swords together like that, but it got to a point, y'all, to where it's like, you know what? God, Creator, Source, Holy Spirit, Jesus, Allah, whoever you call on, if you don't do it for me, then I don't know how this is going to get done. Four of Swords, surrenderance. Behind the Four of Swords, we have the King of Wands reverse. I felt immediately somebody praying for your downfall. Praying for your downfall, Queen of Pentacles. This King of Wands reverse. But I saw with this King of Swords, I had to pan back over to the bottom of the deck energy. There's a new sheriff in town. So that means somebody ancestral-wise had your back this entire time. The judging panel that I saw with the award ceremony, they're ready to crown you. They're ready to hand you your award because you ran this race. Again, the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to the one that endures. And I know there's more to that, but I don't know. Possibly the blanks are going to be filled in as we continue to go. Until the end, the one that endureth until the end, period. All right, y'all, let's get into the second half of whatever this is. We have the Empress reverse. Three of Cups, Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles, High Priestess. Here we are. There's the High Priestess. I mentioned the High Priestess over here with the crowning event. This is an event for High Priestesses to be crowned. I also heard shamans around that time, but, you know, a shaman, we're talking about healing. I heard sis boom pa. So something really got close to where don't push me because I'm close to the edge energy. But you didn't. You didn't sis boom pa. in this situation, scenario, or on anybody. It didn't work. Whatever strategy, tactic this King of Wands reverse had to try to destroy you, it didn't work. This lets me know that this King of Wands reverse was assigned to you, Queen of Pentacles. They were assigned to you. The devil comes to kill, steal, destroy. That was their assignment. But not just on any old body. You, Queen of Pentacles. Empress reverse, I feel like they sized you up as something that you were not. But I'm thinking the King of Wands had an immediate attraction, but it was an energetic attraction. I'm not talking about love. They saw the light and the power that you had, Queen of Pentacles. So that was the attraction to say, yep, that's the one. But little did they know that there was more underneath this Queen of Pentacles than meets the eye. This Queen of Pentacles was running a race before this King of Wands even got on the scene. They didn't even know the strength that was already built up here from the adversities and the challenges that the Queen of Pentacles had already met before this King of Wands came in the picture. But you see who's in the reverse, right? At the end of the day, who's in the reverse? After all that they were sent to try to destroy you with, look at all these swords. This is all mental. This is all mental magic that they threw your way. Look at all this. Look at all these swords lined up in front of this King of Wands reverse. That was mental magic. But they thought you were some sort of joke, Empress reverse. Yeah, it looked like, to them, this is them telling the story. Yeah, you know, it looked like to me it's okay. And energetically, I know it's something special about this person, but they really ain't, you know, that's what they thought of you, Empress reverse. They thought it was fun and games with the Three of Cups. They thought they could please you in a superficial way. They thought they could buy you stuff, go out to eat, like all of that, just like basic level, like jump off side chick energy. I don't know what that is, but they wanted you to play second fiddle to someone else, I'm getting. Because even with the threes, I'm getting like a three-party energy. There's somebody else they wanted to just keep you as some sort of tag along. So they weren't giving you your proper credit and just due because they couldn't see that far. They were on a superficial 3D based level with you. They couldn't see above that because they weren't allowed to rise further than a three-dimensional energy. They couldn't go higher than that. Look at the Five of Swords. This is them doing their little trickery here, hoping they don't get caught. But you had an eye open the whole time. You may not have said anything, but the swords are like thoughts. You knew what was up. They didn't know that you knew what was up, though. Because look who we're approaching, the High Priestess. You earned this. Whatever this award ceremony is, the crowning, you deserve this, the endurance. Y'all, I heard this was a good message to give to somebody. This is good news. This is great news. And yes, without saying, your ancestors are proud. You carried the torch in this race, and you dropped all of that baggage that had been carried from generation to generation. You dropped it. It's gone. Page of Pentacles reverse. I heard tarry no more. I don't even say that. I feel like that comes from a scripture or something. Tarry no more. That means like carrying weight, right? No more. High Priestess, I heard welcome to the club. So for me, this means that this is just confirmation for you, whoever you are. You don't have to question or doubt. I'm not telling you, of course, to go out and buy, you know, whatever a high priestess would wear or subscribe to. Like, what is that anyway? Like, I don't even know. So anyway, just continue to be your beautiful self. But this race is over. It's done. You're about to be crowned. It's a crowning ceremony happening here, you guys. The race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the ones who endure to the end. Spirit, please clarify the cards on the table and let the cards fall as they may, please and thank you. And this is male or female. Of course. I mean, at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter, does it? No, gender doesn't matter where we're from and where we're headed. All right, here are the clarifiers. I had a few fall out on the floor, but this is how these fell. So you have the snake card, and then this one was face down. I'm gonna turn it over. The sun card. Yeah, the sun comes out and reveals the hidden enemies. So we got that understanding, that, but it was on the floor, so that means that's already done. It's done for. Well, we know who the snake is, obviously, the king of wands reverse. They were backing all of that mental magic geared toward you. So that was their doing. So the compass card here and the ring card, the compass card, that in wherever they say the north is pointed to, then that's really what is resonating with the energy. So the ring card, attached to that, I said they wanted to keep you as some official side piece, right? Like that you would always be some sort of tag along. That to me is that ring card could identify with marriage, union, a commitment, but that ring is full circle energy. So yeah, it didn't work out, did it? We're back to square one. But at least now they know who the king is. They know who the queen is. And most certainly the high priestess is. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have this tool, but this is like a whipping sort of energy here. I don't know the name to call this. But let me see. Let me dive in and see what's going on here. Well, I'm hearing swift. So that's swift action here. But let's look at the 11. The 11 has to do with coupleization energy, too. So being whipped into gear. So we could look at it as you, high priestess, on this race, constantly being whipped into, I heard whipped into submission. So that can go either way. We can consider that a dark energy or a light energy. This person with the mental magic constantly whipping you from afar. They didn't have to physically be around you for them to be able to perform and try to destroy you. They didn't have to. I heard they had to check in and touch back. So maybe just from a physical reference, they had to do this in order to keep this spell work alive. They had to. So the swift could be in that energy, but then also the swift to you was understanding that you had to surrender because you would, having to go back and revisit these chapters. Like, where did I go wrong? That's also submission, because you wanted to go and correct things. You wanted to identify with what in the world's going on. I said after a while, it felt like a movie was playing out. Like, where are the hidden cameras here? Because this can't be real. Yeah, those were the circumstances and events that you faced and came up against. But it was illusion. It was magic. It was magic happening by way of that King of Wands reverse. Let me turn this card over. It fell on top of this King of Swords, who I felt was like a judge energy, ancestor, somebody helping you all along from behind the scenes. Like they were the real master here of the swords. This King of... Y'all, the King of Wands reverse did not have an expertise in swords. Like, what were they even doing trying to send you this energy? And they didn't even know what they were doing. They don't identify with swords. This King of Swords does, but that's what we needed. We needed the king on the scene to say, hold up, youngin', move out the way. You don't even know what you're doing. That's what we needed in our lives. And that's who showed up to help us while we revisited these places in this Ten of Wands energy reverse to see, what happened. We had to be sent back to correct some sort of course here. But while we were doing that, this King of Wands was being handled by this King of Swords. Okay, let's see what the card is. Look, the polar bear. Who's going to mess with a polar bear? Who's going to try to dive into this icy water to try to fight this polar bear? This is the polar bear's habitat. Like, who you think you're playing games with here? King of Swords energy. Let's turn this card over. It's kind of over here by itself, but it's propped up by my little, my stone here. So let's see what it is. Look, there's the other sharp tool here. It's a 10, but we could say it's in the reverse. I'm hearing admiration and animosity. So somebody couldn't decide what they wanted to do with you, how they wanted to look at you. They wanted to treat you, or did they want to have animosity toward you? That's that King of Wands. But see, that's when I said they were playing games with wanting to keep you as some sort of side piece. They weren't loyal. But they had to keep you around. They were attracted to your energy. And they wanted that. But at the same time, they were trying to destroy you. Like, how does that work again? Somebody tell me. Never mind. We already know. They're where they need to be. You've ran this race, collective. So congratulations. You're about to receive your trophy, your crown, your official title as High Priestess. Shaman energy even. Hope this helps.